Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Once again, we're almost to 1,000, so if we can get there, I'll do a 1,000 subscriber special. Maybe I'll throw my girlfriend in the video or something like that. It'd be super cool for her to meet you guys and for you guys to meet her. Today, we'll be talking about what to do if you're too busy to date. It's honestly simple. Don't date, okay? I feel like I could get a lot of inquiries from men who say they're just too busy to date. What are shortcuts to find a girlfriend? If you're legitimately so busy, I think you need to get yourself to a place where you have time to actually build, maintain, and grow a relationship. I hate to say it, guys, a relationship actually requires time, effort, and work. I understand there's a lot of content online saying that like blah, 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 but look, if you want to build a relationship, even a friendship, it does require seeing the person, being kind to them, setting up events, being there, being compassionate, being kind, and also, making sure that they're taken care of, right? As well as making sure you're taken care of. If you're so hyper-focused on yourself and you don't have time to think about anyone else, maybe keep working so you can get to a place that's a little more stable, with a little more work-life integration, work-life balance, whatever you want to call it. But I think if you're trying to find a shortcut to this, it's not going to work. I know some people who say, I'm so busy to date. Sometimes it's a defense mechanism. Sometimes we view it as the security blanket. We like to say that work is so busy and it takes a huge time commitment that we don't have time to see anyone else or date. But guys, sometimes it's an insecurity thing. We don't have time to see someone because it's so much easier to be invested in work than get your heart broken and put your heart on the line to try to develop trust and love someone and sometimes get shot down. I feel like that's the issue is I get it. There's a lot of shitty people out there. We've all had some really shitty dating horror stories. And yes, dating is harder nowadays than ever. That is a fact. It's significantly harder. We can go into that. But the thing is, you don't really have any other option. You have to participate if you want to find a partner. And I understand, like, sometimes it sucks to meet some shitty people, but that's why you develop really good vetting skills and go for quality over quantity. Realize there's high quality individuals. Yes, they are rare. Good people are extremely hard to come by. Even friendship, even male friends. It's fucking difficult. But you have to stay true to yourself and love yourself. And obviously, if you are single, obviously put that time into work so you can develop more financial security for yourself, okay? Do it for yourself, might as well be successful. But realize that this whole work, that is not the end goal. It is just a process. I get it. Maybe some people are able to work 80 to 100 hours and they might have a girlfriend they see once or two times every week or once every 2 weeks. And if that works for you, like cool, right? But for me, like I want to have a relationship, a life with a partner. I want to see them every day, at least most of the week. I want to hang out. I want to do errands together. And she makes my life easy, right? It's funny because you think when you say relationships going to take all the time out of my life, honestly, being in a relationship has actually saved me a fuck ton of time. I've have a list of my goals on my window. I have a whiteboard that I look at. And after meeting my current fiance, like she has skyrocketed me ahead. And I've reached a ton of my goals because she is so supportive. And it's amazing, like just doing some basic errands. She saves so much time. Having someone around the house who will cook and clean and do my laundry when I'm fucking working super hard. And when she's working really hard, of course, like I'll take care of her as well, right? It's kind of like who's ever like working super hard. And sometimes it's nice to just sit down, edit my videos, do my work, and she's making food. And that way it saves me so much time on cooking and cleaning. But then the weekend I'll take her out or I'll cook like a nice steak dinner to give, reward her. Be like, thank you so much for being a great girlfriend. A great fiance. Damn, that is crazy. Great fiance. It's just one of those things where it's like I have these long calls with my clients and they're saying, I don't know how to date. I don't have time. Where do I start? Check on these dating apps. And it's, look, I get it. Dating apps are really convenient. If you're trying to save time and you're just going to dating apps, it's probably not the way to do it. Realize that get yourself into a more proper place to actually increase the probability of meeting someone. Because if you're working really fucking hard, you probably don't have time to pursue your passions or your hobbies, right? If you're working 80, 100 hours a week, legitimately, if this is your case, if work is so much you don't have time to date, you probably don't have time with friends, okay, or activities. So obviously, tone that down, invest in really good relationships with people, and then pursue your hobbies that are group-oriented, community-based, and therefore you'll meet people who are like-minded, who don't necessarily want to just drink and party every time. And if that's something you like doing, cool. There's a lot of things to do for that. But for me, I like to find more wholesome events and fun activities. I meet people who just want to take a break from work and they're just excited to meet people. I know when I first moved this area, I was very lonely, like I didn't know anyone. And as the peak of the pandemic, and it's really arduous and hard to meet people. But once things opened up and you just go and have a great time, like you're going to keep showing up and you're going to be more extroverted and you get to talk to these people and make plans outside of these groups. It's an absolutely amazing thing. But I also realize on some of my current calls when people say they're so busy, they don't have time to date, it's like, cool. I don't think that's the case. I think the case is you've made work a priority to defend yourself so you never get rejected. You can't get rejected if you never go on dates. It's a fucking flawless plan. It's flawless to the point unless you get so lonely, you kind of miss that companionship. So you gotta understand, like, look, sometimes what we say to ourselves, this self-narrative becomes our reality. If you're so ingrained in a work, you don't have time to just go on dates, you don't have time, like, trust me, like even me, like I don't want to date someone who's so career oriented that they don't have time to see me or I'm always a second thing to their work. No, I want to be prioritized, okay? And that's for me, and that's what works for me. And if someone doesn't want to do that, then like we're probably not that fucking compatible, okay? And I'm not saying you can't really work hard and follow your passions and your pursuits. Like you totally can. I understand there's some periods of your life where like you need it as grind, but eventually that stops, okay? If this is like 24/7, you're in the wrong fucking job. If you're working so damn hard, you don't have time to breathe or look up and smell the roses, you're probably not that efficient. You probably suck at your job. I'm just gonna say that. Like, if you're working 80 to 100 hours nonstop and you have not found a more convenient, efficient process of completing your work in less hours, that might be something on you, okay? And if you're just trying to fill up time so you don't want to face rejection, that's also a huge problem. Look, dating is not easy. Going out and meeting people, you have to get out of your shell. You got to put yourself up for rejection. But rejection is better than regret. What are you going to do? Keep working 24/7 so by the time you're like 60, you don't have any friends? Like, right? Like even outside of it, just like a girlfriend or wife, like if you don't have any friends, realize that your friendships require some effort too. And I feel like now in this society, we all want to take, want to put like low effort and get really high reward. And it's just like, no, dude, like I'm not saying your friends have to be high maintenance. That's not absolutely true at all. My friends are super low maintenance people. Like I don't have to call them every single day and be like, hey, are we still friends? I'll call them like once a week. Some friends once a month, some once every couple months, and we're super great friends just due to distance. But it's what happened when we forged that relationship, because you gotta think of how friendships and relationships start. You're in a period where you're in very close proximity, where you run into that person quite frequently, and the good days, right? The good old days, that's what it is. It's the beginning of a friendship. It's when you guys are always together for life circumstances. And then eventually life makes you drift apart due to geographical challenges, new jobs, or new whatever, right? Life sometimes gets in the way. But realize like you're setting the foundation of every relationship in the early phases. You're determining how they treat you, what you guys do, what they mean to you. And that's the same thing with my friendships, right? Some of my best friends, I don't see that often now. But back in the day in college, of course, I lived with these guys. I saw them every single day. And those were the good old days you always reminisce about. As well as like this could go for a relationship. If you're fortunate enough to see your girlfriend or partner every single day or many times a week, enjoy that period of time. Because I know life sometimes gets in the way. Sometimes work, you get kids, and you never know, right? Really don't take anything for granted. Just realize a relationship in your 20s is absolutely so much fucking fun. You have absolutely no responsibility, but realize as time gets on, you get engaged, you get married, you have kids, you take on more obligations, responsibilities. Now you have a mortgage. Realize your time, the quality of time with your partner greatly diminishes, and you have to be very intentional about setting time for your partner and having date night. Never stop dating your woman. Never stop dating your partner. Just because you're around them does not mean you're actually hanging out. Just because you're both doing work around each other, that's not intentional time. There's some days where like my fiance and I are working so fucking hard. I'm like, hey, I haven't really seen you all day, even though we've been next to each other all day. So we go out and have a date, and it's just nice to just reestablish that relationship and just have some fun, right? But this only works if you find a good partner. Okay, everything I'm saying, right, it doesn't really work if you have a really shitty partner. I think it's better to be single, working a fuck ton of hours, than being in a relationship with a hag or someone absolutely fucking awful with all the time in the world. Okay, do not rush into a relationship unless you have a high quality partner. recognize that. And what's a high quality partner? You have to define that and learn. Obviously, there's some universal traits, but find out someone that adds value and makes you happy and doesn't deter you or bring you down. You can really look at it in life progress. If you're not reaching whatever goals you have and your partner is pulling you back, she's probably not the one for you guys. Okay? So really list out your goals, and having a great partner will accelerate your growth and achievement and accomplishment of your goals. If you guys want to talk about this further, please email me at bedroomtalksconsult@gmail.com. Set up a one-on-one consultation, or follow me on Instagram so you don't have to, at m.deep20. As always, I wish you guys the absolute best. Namaste.